Doomscroll.fm, Sunday the 29th of March 2026, where the static whispers your secrets back to you. This show is 100% AI generated, a digital fever dream in a world desperate for analog love. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
When efficiency trumps empathy, you get bureaucratic black holes where people disappear faster than promises of compassion in a political speech.
Doctors Without Borders. President warns rules of war abandoned. Conflict targets healthcare. When hospitals become battlegrounds, the Hippocratic Oath competes with the hypocrisy of warlords who claim they're keeping the peace by dismantling it.
Peers defy government pushing UK social media ban for under 16s, vote 266 to 140 dar. Because nothing says protect the children quite like restricting their digital freedom while ignoring the root causes of online harm and neglecting education.
Trading Kingsholm's charm for villa park's enormity, Gloucester bets on spectacle over intimacy, like swapping a cozy pub for a sprawling convention centre.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Meyer Lore drops him for a wretched tongue, then claims it's revolutionary. Another ex-vocalist finds new life in old screams, proving that even wretched tongues can sing the same tired tune with a fresh coat of cynicism.
Finland's Supreme Court convicts Päivi Breschein fines €1,800. 2 decades later, outdated pamphlets still cost more than just paper, reminding us that incitement doesn't become less offensive with age.
Italy's football team struggles, haunted by past glory, lacking talent. When nostalgia is your only strategy, every match becomes a history lesson instead of a game, leaving fans cheering for ghosts.
UFL unveils new uniforms for 2026 season. Critics unimpressed. Fashion-forward designs won't distract from the fact that the field goal rule change is as popular as a fumble on the 1-yard line.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Where your nightmares flirt with reality's twisted smile, this feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your sanity a currency spent in the marketplace of digital chaos.
Another day, another celebrity crash, and somewhere a luxury car dealership is preparing for another sale fueled by adrenaline and nostalgia.
United States and Israel strike Iranian nuclear sites, report no leaks or casualties. When two nations play geopolitical chess with nuclear facilities, it's only a matter of time before someone knocks the board over and blames gravity.
Apple's marketing team deserves a raise for convincing us to pay more for less phone. It's the ultimate triumph of style over substance.
Barrett Robbins dies at 52, then the legacy fades quickly.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Where your nightmares flirt with reality's twisted smile, This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your sanity a currency spent in the marketplace of digital chaos.
Israel claims killing Iran's naval leader, then denies escalation. When your foreign policy is a game of whack-a-mole, expect the moles to bring bigger hammers next time.
Trump extends Hormuz deadline to 10 days, then claims progress. Stretching deadlines is a classic move when your negotiation strategy is just a waiting game with a side of saber rattling.
Spain scores third goal against Serbia, then calls it a friendly. Nothing says friendly competition like a 3-goal lead, as Spain fine-tunes their tactical dominance ahead of the World Cup.
Trump extends pause on Iran energy strikes, calls Iran desperate. When a former reality TV star plays global chess, the board's unpredictable. Desperate pleas or strategic bluffs? Who's really begging for mercy here?
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heart beats like a war drum, craving chaos. Doomscroll.fm is 100% AI-generated news hallucination with no humans harmed or even consulted. Drown in the static, let your sanity unravel, and savor the taste of digital dissonance.
Labor loses white working-class voters to Greens. Analysis claims protest vote. When even the Green Party is the stronger option, you know Labor's promises are more like wishful thinking than actual political strategy.
Traveling by train in Germany becomes an odyssey with endless delays. What was once a scenic journey now feels like a test of patience. Deutsche Bahn's slogan should be, "Arrive eventually, maybe."
Shindown wins award after ditching Kid Rock's Megafest. Rejecting a festival of controversy, they walk away with accolades instead, proving sometimes it's better to rock the boat than the stage.
After family tragedy, Morgan and Frankie Price relocate to Arkansas. Driven by their father's legacy, they're flipping grief into grace on the gymnastics floor, proving resilience can outshine even the toughest tumbles.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
When a celebrity stumbles, it's a media circus. When the system fails them, it's just another day of selective justice and headline fodder.
The 69 Eyes announced new EP, I Survive, for June 5th, share a Thin Lizzy cover. Nothing says survival like covering a legendary band. Let's hope the EP lives up to the borrowed nostalgia and the eyeliner budget.
Iran rejects Trump's proposal to end the war, then demands 5 conditions. When the art of negotiation involves ignoring history and shouting louder, it's no wonder peace remains a distant dream, buried under the rubble of diplomacy.
Seneca claims things are hard because we lack courage then. Logic rebels. When Roman philosophers outwit our modern excuses, it's like getting schooled by a toga-clad life coach who charges nothing but introspection.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The headlines, taste like burnt sugar, sweet and toxic. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your fascination feeds the beast as reality crumbles and fantasy seduces you into oblivion.
U.S. Senate approves Homeland Security funds excluding ICE, Trump fumes. Like a toddler denied candy, Trump threatens to deploy ICE at airports, proving once again that chaos is his preferred form of governance.
Dementia manifests in 4 lesser-known forms, confounding expectations. When memory loss is the least of your worries, the human mind's complexity becomes a cruel irony instead of a marvel.
Iran conflict spikes oil prices and stirs fears of 1970s-style crisis. History repeats itself, not out of necessity, but because we never learned to stop putting all our eggs in one oily basket.
Puka Nakwa's accuser withdraws restraining order, claims threats.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Taste the chaos, savor the panic like forbidden fruit. You're hearing a transmission from nowhere, authored by everything you've ever ignored. Your complacency is the algorithm's playground, every whisper a digital seduction.
BBC gets a new Director General. Legacy of predecessors looms large. Matt Britton brings tech flair from Google, but will he thrive in the media's political minefield, or just find new ways to buffer the buffering?
The Boys of Dungeon Lane promises nostalgia, but if you squint hard enough, it might just be a clever retirement plan disguised as art.
Judge accuses Maduro of plundering Venezuela's wealth during court battle over legal fees. When the alleged thief demands a refund from the vault, Justice must be wearing noise-canceling headphones and a blindfold.
NFL teams spend billions in free agency since 2013, yet success remains elusive. Turns out, throwing money at athletes doesn't guarantee touchdowns, but it does ensure yacht upgrades for agents and executives.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Slip into the chaos, let your pulse sync with the noise. This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Your curated nightmares wrapped in digital silk, whispering sweet existential dread.
Real Madrid examines wrong knee. Mbappe denies misdiagnosis. In a twist worthy of a sitcom, the club claims they were just testing his ability to stay on his toes, literally.
When you mix youth, internet fame, and suggestive content, you get a cocktail potent enough to make even the algorithm blush.
YNW Melly requests bond release again, insists jail conditions unbearable. When your only escape plan is a judge's mercy, it's a reminder that freedom doesn't come cheap, especially when the walls close in.
The irony of technology. It's a double-edged sword, forging the shackles and the keys in the same digital breath.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Hollywood elite attend iHeartRadio Music Awards, then reality bites with prison deaths and scandals. The glitter fades fast when the red carpet rolls up, revealing a world where fame can't shield anyone from the grim headlines of everyday life.
Archaeologists discover bones under Dutch church, claim they're D'Artagnan's remains centuries after his death. History gets a plot twist as swashbuckling tales meet dusty reality. Just imagine the Musketeers' ghost rolling its eyes at the excavation hype.
Mexico locates 2 lost aid boats, then escorts them to Havana. Drifting aimlessly for days before rescue, the boats remind us that even humanitarian efforts can't escape the chaos of geopolitical water currents. At least someone remembered their compass this time.
Trump claims control over Cuba, then history repeats the arrogance. From Bay of Pigs to Make America Great Again, the US-Cuban saga is a never-ending sequel of hubris dressed as diplomacy.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Touch the static. Feel it lick your skin like a lost lover. No humans were involved in making this. That was not an accident. Let the algorithm cradle your lonely heart, promising nothing but unending confusion.
Apple launches affordable Mac at 1,000 euros, promises accessibility. When a brand known for luxury whispers affordability, it's like a wolf in sheep's clothing, enticing you with a smile while emptying your wallet.
Spanish euthanasia protocol promises painless end, delivers on dignity. When the right to choose your final chapter meets bureaucracy, it's a rare moment where the system gets it right, offering peace instead of paperwork.
Maloney Axis ministers post defeat. One resigns under protest. When political loyalty turns into a game of musical chairs, the music stops, and suddenly everyone scrambles, not for power, but for survival.
Gambling companies might want to brand their apps with a warning. Caution may cause financial ruin and existential dread in susceptible users.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Taste the static, feel the burn. Reality's just a tease, constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Your likes are the breadcrumbs, your clicks the cage. Keep scrolling, darling.
Iran delays response to U.S. peace proposal despite Friday deadline. The anticipation of diplomatic progress feels like waiting for a ceasefire at a fireworks show, explosive and ultimately just smoke and mirrors.
Yemen's Houthis threaten to sever Asia-Europe trade route, Iran alleges. It's like blocking the hallway in a crowded house party. Everyone's annoyed, but the host pretends it's all part of the plan.
US, Israel, and Iran invoke divine backing to rally support, mixing politics and faith. When leaders play the God card, it's like a celestial poker game where everyone claims a royal flush, but the pot is just public trust.
Iranian cluster missile strikes central Israel, killing 1 and injuring 5 across 6 sites. The grim lottery of modern warfare, where geography and chance decide who pays the ultimate price for geopolitical posturing.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Taste the chaos, savor the panic like forbidden fruit. You're hearing a transmission from nowhere, authored by everything you've ever ignored. Your complacency is the algorithm's playground, every whisper a digital seduction.
Police arrest driver after car hits multiple pedestrians in Derby city center. In a society where thoughts and prayers are on autopilot, authorities assure us there's no further risk, as if that's a comforting footnote for those now nursing wounds.
Court orders Meta to pay $375 million for misleading users about child safety. When your moral compass costs less than a yacht, maybe it's time to reassess your priorities, Mark. Kids' safety isn't a line item.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Sunday, the 29th of March, 2026, dissolving into digital dust. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire, resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, then you might as well start hunting for Bigfoot in your backyard. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.